ferait plaisir? Qu'est-ce qui te ferait vraiment plaisir? C'est ça que tu veux? C'est ça qui te ferait plaisir?
Yo, welcome people. Welcome back to the Red and Blue Site YouTube channel. How are we all doing? Welcome back. We are back live after a couple of weeks. Last week we did obviously the reveal for episode 4 of the Ultimate Palace 11 was a video. But we are back live for the reveal this week. How are we all doing, people? Welcome. A couple of you in here. I see Kyle in the chat. Buying career mode, mate. What's that for? Obviously, Elise the news today. We've seen him arrive in Bayern, in Munich. Sorry for his contract signing. What career mode do you want me to do on that, Carl? Sorry, is that Football Manager or? How are we doing, everyone? How's it sounding? Can you all hear me okay? Thumbs up in the chat if you can hear me okay. And is the music too loud? Let me know if you need the music turned up, turned down. How are we doing, guys? I'm buzzing for this. Episode 5, Ultimate Palace 11, our left back. We have got a winner. We've got a winner in the votes. I'm excited to show you guys who's won, because I think you'll find it quite interesting. Wasn't the player I thought it would win, but more on that in a minute. Let's get a few of you in here. How are we doing? A couple of you in here at the moment. Thank you so much for joining. Hope you're all having a good weekend. Hope you're all having a lovely day. Vibing in here. All vibes. All vibes. Palace are back in pre-season. We had a behind closed door win against Sutton United. We saw the new home kit for the first time in the pictures that the club released anyway on the social media platforms, and it looked really nice. It always looks better in person, I think, or when the players are playing in it. It always looks better in action rather than like the initial release pictures. I think I quite liked it when it was released. I know some people were a bit hit and miss on it because it looks a bit too much going on. And I get that critique of it, but I think it looks quite nice in person. Or when the players are actually playing football in it, it looks really nice, I think. So that was cool to see. That was cool to see that in action this week. And obviously seeing the pictures that the club released of like Cheick Doucouré back. He's obviously back from injury. Seeing Chadi Riyad. He featured in that behind closed doors game. I did most of the first 11. Just to get the fitness start going in the legs again, get used to playing in a match situation. It's so early in pre-season, so it's all fitness stuff for the first week or two. Definitely, well, most of pre-season is about fitness, isn't it? It's only towards the middle to latter stages that some like real tactical and like changes or tactical analysis of the game and that sort of stuff comes in probably later in the pre-season, or that's what tends to happen. The first couple of games of pre-season and definitely first few weeks are all about just fitness and getting the players back out on the pitch again, getting the ball at their feet, because a lot of them probably wouldn't have been kicking the ball for a while. So it was good to see. It was good to see. I was happy to see it. Euros, we do talk a lot about the Euros in the lives as well. England getting through, we're finding a way. We're not necessarily playing the best football. I do think that as the core tournament's gone on, bar probably that last game against Slovenia in the group, I think we have gotten better as the tournament's gone on. So knockout wise, I mean, round of 16 we was okay at best. Overall not amazing, but I think we were better definitely against the Swiss. I think we are starting to grow into the tournament with each game we play. So even though we're not playing at our absolute best, I don't think any team is. I think Spain are the only team who are showing actual consistency and playing at a decent level. I think all the other teams aren't playing anywhere near the level that people probably thought they would going into the tournament. So I think they're still I mean, another semi-final. Southgate always finds a way, man. Southgate and this squad, they find a way to surprise us and to do it. It's just whether or not they can go that one step further now and actually get it over the line. That is the big question. But yeah, it was good. And Eze getting game time, it's always nice to see Eze getting on the pitch playing. That was so cool. So cool to see. It's just, I really want him to come on and have a moment. He had that chance that he snatched a shot and it went wide, but there was a chance where it opened up for him in that second half, and I thought he was just going to curl it into the far corner, but he snatched a shot and he dragged it wide, which was a bit frustrating. But he's played so well. There's a lot of pressure on him coming off the bench, especially in these games where we go behind. The last two games we've been behind, and we've had to come back into it. And yeah, I think it's been impressive. Seeing his attitude when he comes off the bench and trying to assert himself in the game. And I still don't see another England player doing what he does on the ball. Like when he picks up the ball and manages to turn a player and just glides past people. I've not seen an England player move on the ball the way he does still. I know there's players that can do it. Foden, Bellingham, they're players that can do what Eze does 100% and at a higher level. But in this tournament, I haven't seen anyone else do it. So I think Eze has got that unique, and that's why Southgate keeps bringing him off the bench. He's got that ability on the ball and that fluid movement that no one else can do at the moment. And also defensively for opposition size, that is, no one can touch him. He always wins fouls, rarely gets tackled. So good to see. So good to see. So yeah, happy with that. Good to see the boys back in pre-season. There'll be obviously a lot more content to come in terms of the channel, especially as the pre-season starts kicking on, the transfer window starts kicking on. We've been linked with a couple of winners. Ismail Assar's back in the mix in terms of signings. So let me know your thoughts on that for sure. And Sousa as well. There's with Elise going and obviously that money being added into the transfer pot. There's going to be some more signings on the way, and there's a lot of rumours about, so that will be hotting up. Some more videos on that to come for sure. But obviously with pre-season, talking about matches, lineups, performances in pre-season, all that new stuff that comes with the new season, predictions for the start of the season, all of that stuff to come. So really looking forward to that. A lot of exciting stuff to come on the channel, and I can't wait to get into it. A new season, Glasner, with a full season, a full pre-season with the squad, he'll be happy with that. He wouldn't have been planning to have come and started his job so quickly at Palace. So really excited to see how it all goes. So a lot more content to come, guys, is what we're saying. A lot more content to come. But without further ado, you lot are here today to see the winner of episode 5 of Season 1 of the Ultimate Palace 11. For any of you who still don't know what the Ultimate Palace 11 is, first of all, where have you been for the last month or so? But no, secondly, the Ultimate Palace 11 is a series that I've started where we create the Ultimate Palace 11, the best Palace 11 from different eras in the club's history. Season 1 specifically is the current Premier League era. So we're talking 2013 from when we were promoted to the present day. It's about a 10-year period. We are creating the best Palace 11 from that era. We're going through each position. Each episode we do a different position. This is episode 5, so it is the last of the defenders. We have done the goalkeeper and 3 defenders in a 4-2-3-1 formation. That's the formation we picked for this squad because that's the formation in our Premier League era that we've used the most. I think it's fair to say. I think no one has disagreed with me since we've started this. So we've gone the goalkeeper, right back, right centre back, and left centre back. Episode 5 is the left back in this squad, and we do 3 nominees in each position. And normally on a Wednesday I released it. This week I was a bit late releasing it. It was on a Thursday, so which is hence why the results now is on a Sunday. Usually it's Wednesday with a Friday result, so you have a 2-day period to do your votes. In the comments section of the Instagram post on @redandbluesiteYT, on the TikTok @redandbluesiteTikTok, or on the YouTube Shorts video or YouTube video, depending on what I've uploaded for the nominees on the YouTube channel, which you are watching on now. So 3 nominees in each position, and the squad at the moment is Julian Speroni in goal, Joel Ward right back, Joachim Anderson right centre back, and Mark Gurhey left centre back. They are the winners of the votes so far. Left back, the nominees were Patrick Van Aanholt, Papa Soare, and Mitchell as well. They were the nominees for left back, and this is the results show for episode 5, where we reveal who has won the votes, and it came very, very close in this, guys. Really, really close. In fact, all the defenders, not so much Joel Ward to be fair, but the right and left centre back, even though Anderson and Gay I think are the right decisions, they were really close in the end. There was a lot of people voted James Tompkins, that I know he almost got in. Mamadou Sakho got a lot of love, he almost got in. It's very easy, I think, on these votes to have a lot of recency bias, which is fair. I've had it as well, where you obviously most recent squads where we've been really, really good, like under Vieira, and obviously the end of last season under Glasner, you think of those players straight away in your head in terms of season 1, which is this current Premier League era, and it's kind of hard to remember those players further back in our stint in the Premier League, and how well some of those players did, and that when you look at it relatively at those players in the squad that they are in, some of the performances those players were doing were incredible for the squad they were in, and if they were in a squad like we've got now, they'd be performing even better. So it's really interesting to see how these players from different eras within this 10-year period in the Premier League mix, and how people vote and their reasons behind voting. Always love to see that, which is why I always say when you vote in the comment section for these videos, please leave a reason as well, because I love reading that and I love seeing why people vote the way they do and their reasoning behind the votes. But without further ado, I think it is time now that I'm just going to get ready for you, this current squad with the new player in, and I think, as I said, a lot of people will be surprised, maybe not too surprised with who's won. I might be giving away a bit here, but linking back to what I've said already about recency bias and thinking about players who've done really well recently, I think some people will not be expecting this player to have won. So, let me just get this set up for you guys. It's time to reveal winner of Season 1, Episode 5 of the Ultimate Palace 11. And the left back in our Ultimate Palace 11 squad for this season is... Here we go. Patrick Van Aanholt has won the vote narrowly. TikTok and YouTube, we had a lot of votes for this, and the reasons were mixed as well, but Van Aanholt has just edged it when I went through it, and I love it. I really, really do. Like, Tyrick Mitchell for me would have got my vote, but I can't blame Van Aanholt. They're 2 very different players. Mitchell has famously been really good defensively and has improved going forward, especially under Glasner. We've seen an improvement in his end product and his ability going forward, but he's always naturally been a defensive fullback, and he's not had the same prowess going forward as he has had at the back. Very similar with Wan-Bissaka when he was at the club. Van Aanholt, completely opposite. Going forward was his strength. It was at Sunderland, when we bought him, and he carried that on at Palace. The amount of times he got assists and at times goals. I mean, I remember one of my vlogs back in the day when last game of the season, we stayed up, or penultimate game of the season, away to Stoke, we stayed up and we sent Stoke down. I think that was 2017-18. That was Hodgson's year where he came in and took over from De Boer, and we stayed up. Loftus-Cheek scored in that game as well, I believe. Van Arnholt got a goal in that, and he's always up and around the box when he was playing for us. So good going forward at times, a lot of pace, good cross, good delivery, always lingering around there, helping the attackers. Where he failed a lot of times or was poor was defensively, and there were numerous times I remember in his time at the club where you'd have these clips, especially when we got beat badly by teams, of watching him like jog or walk back when teams counter-attacked, and he had got bombed forward on the attack and was nowhere to be seen at left back, and leaving gaping spaces for the defenders to cover, and we ended up having overloads down that side and things like that. It was a real problem actually at times, and something that I admit I've called him out on when he was at the club for not being good enough at, and really frustrating me with. But that was his game. That was how he played, and I wouldn't want. And to be fair, looking back on it now in hindsight, I wouldn't want to sacrifice the effect he had going forward. And I think that's what a lot of to have had him more defensive, and I think that's why a lot of people voted for him. I think remembering back at in that squad, especially, it was a weaker squad than we've got now. How important he was to our lineup. He was a regular in the starting 11. And it's not to say he was bad defensively. There were games where we had backs against the walls, sometimes against some of the top teams, and he put in defensive performances, really good performances. Thinking away to Chelsea, as a number of times he played well there. Against Arsenal as well, he had some good games. Off the top of my head, he has those performances in him when the team have to sit back defensively. It's just when we play teams in and around us at the time, around the bottom of the table where we expected to win, he almost lost his defensive duties a bit when we bombed forward. But that's what you got with Van Arnholt. One thing you can't say about him was that he wasn't an exciting player. He was an exciting player. He was a fan favourite at times. When everything was going okay with the club as well, he was really a standout player. When things weren't going so great, it was fair to say at times, a scapegoat for some of our bad performances. Other times it was fair criticism. But, and since he's left the club as well, he's gone on, he won the Eredivisie, I believe, as well with Feyenoord. Or PSV, sorry, not Feyenoord. He's gone on to do good things as well in his career. So, yeah, Dutch appearances as well on international level. So Patrick Van Arnholt has just pipped Tyrick Mitchell to the left back spot. Papaswari didn't really get any votes, but I personally felt we deserved to be in there in terms of out and out left backs, because in terms of out and out left backs, we haven't had that many in the Premier League. Van Arnholt had the most appearances. I don't blame him in being there at all, and that is the back line complete. What do you guys think of that? Speroni in goal, Ward, Anderson, Gay, Van Arnholt. I think it's quite a cool back line. There's a mix of real defensive stability and attacking and chances to affect the attack as well going forward. Ward is not as good as Van Arnholt going forward, but in his pomp, definitely in his younger years, definitely added stuff to the attack and could bomb up and down the wing if he had to. Not his game, but he could always do the job for the team in that role. Speroni is a great shot stopper. I've already said my part on Speroni being the team. I personally thought Guaita would have got the vote, but he didn't. Everyone voted for Speroni, and he, I can't critique that. This is the fan vote. Whatever happens with you guys in the vote is what we decide, and that is the squad so far. Speroni, Ward, Anderson, Gay, Van Arnholt, episode 5 winner. Really like that backline actually. A nice mix of old and new, and if that back four was playing for us now, I know we play a back 5 now into Glasner, but if we were playing this formation now, that is, I think, a really cool back line, and a back line that I think would do well in the Premier League. So yeah, that is where we're at, guys. That is the current back line, the back 5. Defenders are done, and we're on to the midfielders for episode 6. So there we go. How do we feel about that? Personally, I think that's really cool. As a squad, and I'm really interested to know what you guys think as well. Obviously, comment down below, guys, please. Like, share and subscribe with the video, of course. Get it out to as many people as possible, and yeah, next episode will be the start of the midfielders, episode 6. Nominees will be out on Wednesday, so please stay tuned on Wednesday. Thank you for your support. Let me know your thoughts down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Sorry guys, I was just recording that for you for the video I'm going to put out after this. But Luke, thank you, mate. Are you still here? What do you want as a Elise placement? It looks like we're linked with Israel Asame and Nusa. I've forgotten if it's Nusa. I think it's Nusa, the winger from Club Brugge, young winger, Norwegian winger. It looks like we could be going for both of them. And then when you got Franca coming back as well from injury, he's starting pre-season now as well. I think that will be enough. A couple of good, pacey, direct wingers to complement players like Kamada, Eze. I think that's what we need. I don't think we'd have to splash the cash and get like a £50 million replacement for him. I think getting a couple of players in is good business. And then we can look at other areas, potentially another striker, especially if Edouard leaves, which is he's linked with a move away. Midfield depth with Lerma, Doucouré, Wharton, Hughes. I think we've got depth there now, to be fair, and we've got players that can drop in there. Kamada, if he has to, can drop deeper. It'll be interesting to see how we set up. If we change the formation slightly to accommodate both Eze and Kamada, it'll be interesting because Kamada's and Eze play quite narrow. Kamada's not an out-and-out winger. Neither is Eze. So I'm really interested to see how that pans out and how we do with that, you know. Really interested to see that. Yeah, so a lot to unpack with that in terms of signings and what we do going forward. A lot to unpack. Tunes. Bear with me, guys. I'm just checking the stream out for. I won't be on too much longer. Now that we've revealed the winner, because that is the main reason why we do this live. That is the main focus. Is the winner of the Ultimate Palace 11. Answering all your questions and stuff I love doing as well. Just checking this is all sorted up here. It is. Don't need to muck around with the settings on that. But yeah, let me know, guys, your thoughts on that. On Eze, Elise. You know, going forward, is it the right thing to be doing? I think it is. Tunes. If I don't have any more questions though, guys, I think we're going to wrap it up there. Obviously, I'm going to release the video here, so if any of you guys missed the reveal, watch the video coming out soon. As always, thank you so much for your support and love. I really appreciate it, and all the comments you put in the videos, all the messages, the likes. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, I will release the video of this result very soon. I'll release it shortly this evening. We can see it, and you can see the proper video reaction there. So let me know your thoughts. Thank you so much for all your support as always, guys. Big love to you. I'll be doing more lives in the future. As I said, loads of new content coming up now. We're into pre-season. I'm really excited to see how the season goes. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your weekends. Enjoy the rest of your week coming up. I'll be doing loads more TikToks. So please follow the Red and Blue Site TikTok. Please follow it up. In the comment section below, in the description below, sorry. It's all the socials there, including the Instagram. Follow up TikTok though, because TikTok and YouTube is where most of the content gets posted over the week. Try to do as close to daily uploads as possible. So be sure to tune in for that. Check that out. And yeah, without further ado, I will be moving on now. So thank you so much, guys. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I will see you in the next one with some new content tomorrow. Up the Palace. Big love to you all.